Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my channel. Here weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. So today we're going to be channeling messages from the hidden realms as a guide for us. So hidden realms, hidden worlds, channeling messages for you today. Without further ado, let's get into your reading. What messages do we have today from our hidden worlds, hidden realms guide? What messages today? What messages from our hidden worlds, hidden realms? The crystal path, mineral spirits, crystal beings. Well, crystal path, let's take a look at the crystal deck. What messages would you like to channel through our crystal energy today? What messages does our hidden realms guide have for us through crystal energy today? What messages? What messages? What messages? Okay. Blue lace agate. Find your calm. Interesting. What messages does our hidden realms guide want to channel through tarot today? What messages would our hidden realms guide like to channel through tarot? What messages do we need to hear today? What messages do we need to hear today? What messages? What messages? Oh, we already have some messages coming. Ten of crystals, the ten of feathers, the hanged man, page of acorns. I don't know why I faced that up. I was trying to turn them around the other way. The hermit, three of acorns. What messages through moon energy today? What messages do the cool, mysterious, and really strong, nurturing energy of the moon like to channel today? Whoa, throwing chunks here. Okay, so we have a win-win outcome is forecast, the full moon in Libra. The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. What messages through our Starseed Oracle? Okay, that one's stuck. We have the messenger. What messages do we have channeled from our hidden realms, our hidden worlds, through our star or universal energy today? What messages? What messages? The blue flame. And what messages? Your Tao Oracle. We like to channel the balanced, holistic energy of the Tao. What messages that our hidden worlds like to channel through the Tao Oracle? What messages would our spirit guide like to channel through the Tao Oracle? Following and splitting apart were the two cards from our Tao. So I am going to take a moment here just to kind of look at the messages that we've got here. We have the Ten of Feathers, recovery, transformation, related to death. Hangman, patience, perception, new point of view. Could be connected to that. Finding the calm, win-win situation, forecast, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration. Foresight, exploration, harmony and balance. Very much so, that energy right there. Questions and answers answered. Contemplation, wisdom, foresight, discovery, and enthusiasm. That sounds like stability, attainment. Well, let's kind of start over here first. I like these two have some similar energy. Foresight, exploration, discovery. Yeah, vibing with that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is kind of, you guys know my little layout might change, but the first chunk of energies that I felt initially coming into this conversation is feeling a little anxious. I'm feeling some anxiety, imbalance, duress, confusion, maybe even. So definitely some Gemini energy. When Gemini energy can be mentally like unsettled, and I was just kind of getting like duress, distress, while channeling the energy from you guys today. I was having a hard time like focusing, so maybe difficulty focusing, and so we have a number of messages here for you. So first of all, there might be some things going on in your life right now for some of you that are very, you have a lot of questions surrounding them. For some of you, I'm getting the message here that it's like maybe around like, I don't know, like family, like maybe something happened in the family dynamic that brought about a lot of questions. So maybe some family secrets or things like that came out in the open that made themselves presence. And there's just a lot of questions, a lot of mental duress around this thing. It could not be that. If not that, it could be other things. Maybe a job opportunity for some of you. That maybe there's some questions about what's going on there. Maybe your company's making some changes. Whatever this might be, there is some distress around unanswered questions and question marks in general. So for those of you who are anxious that you don't think you're getting the answers that you need or the answers that you want, or maybe answers to your questions are only sparking more questions, the message here is that the answers that you need are on their way. They're coming. Your questions will be answered. It is just going to take some patience. But also the message here of like the crystal path, mineral spirits, crystal beings, just this idea, concept of like mineral spirits and crystal beings. And then when we consulted our crystal oracle here, we got blue lace agate, which is represents like calm, finding calm, the discovery of calm, being at peace. Like when you're calm, you're at peace, and you're like, I think peace and patience kind of play a key role there. And I think that message is needed for those of you who are, again, in that mental duress. Crystal spirits are grounded, light energy. And it is about like cleansing is the energy that I get also from crystals, no matter what color they are. Like this idea, concept of like cleansing energy, moving energy through, opening up possibilities, opening up energy, and also like grounding you, being grounded and relaxed. And that's like what I'm like getting with the calm energy. And a part of calmness is also this idea of balance, which is where we kind of move into the Libra energy. And the message that I'm getting for those of you who we're connecting to some, like the job opportunity is what I'm getting. Or it could also be relationship-wise too, like a relationship or opportunity with a relationship or within a relationship. But a win-win outcome is forecast. So whatever you're anxious about, whatever questions that you need answered, the answers are coming your way, and the answers are going to be, there's going to be a win-win outcome for the situation. There's going to be a positive outcome or beneficial outcome that for both parties on both sides. And again, this is like assurance for harmony. So, Libra energy is all about balance, all about harmony, seeing both sides, getting the bigger picture by seeing both sides, weighing the options. And that's what our messenger card here is about, harmony and balance. So this idea of being calm, balance and positive outcomes, win-win outcomes, and getting your questions answered. So like being able to like calm your mind in general is going to provide a sense of stability for you that is going to allow you to focus on, for those of you, again, like I'm getting career, money. Crystal energy is like earth energy. So like, worldly possessions, getting your worldly possessions in order, your house in order. I am seeing a positive outcome for that. And there might have been a distraction or a pull away from that recently because of some of the other things, like whatever's going on, the chaos that's going on in your life right now is kind of pulling you away from that. And the Ten of Crystals here is saying like, once we settle that out, once the answers become clear and the direction forward becomes, apparent, it will move in a favorable direction for you, and it provides some stability and worldly opportunities for some of you. So again, right now the message is for you to remain calm and find harmony and balance while you're going through this time of uncertainty and like grounding yourself. So you're probably like, okay, how and why and how and what. So what I am pulling over here, I hope you can see all of this. Should give it a little bit more space. Okay, so in our splitting apart really represents basically an end to something. So death, separation, letting go, deterioration, eliminating old, and this idea of impermanence, that things are always changing, constantly changing. And so we're getting a number of messages here. I'm trying to get them. Kind of organized here. And I'm sorry for those of you who this irritates, but I move them around sometimes. This idea of impermanence, that things are constantly in flux and changing. So for those of you who love your stability, my earth sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus, my Virgos, my Capricorns, my Tauruses, this is irritating to you in some cases, and even my fixed signs as well. This idea of impermanence, this idea of things falling apart, and then having to let go of those things in order to make room for something new. But that's why I'm feeling the unsettled energy from you guys. A lot of you guys are going through some big changes right now. You're going through a death, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual death, but this idea of like impermanence and change. So I feel like all of this is kind of connected, and maybe it's more so like this, where this energy is kind of coming across. Excuse me. And it's like, death, deterioration. Whenever I see the mountain symbol in my Tao, I know that represents like rest and mental or spiritual rest. Like you need to take a moment away. You need to step away from the situation. Often to be alone. So that drives us into our hermit energy, which is all about contemplation and wisdom. So when you're in this place of impermanence, when you're in like the upheaval of a regime, if you will, and you're moving into a place of quiet, like just to take the moment of transition, of transformation, to be in a place of like wisdom and contemplation. So our 10 of feathers here, feathers represent swords, if you're familiar with the traditional or the Rider-Waite's 10 of swords. It's like the person laying on the ground with the knives coming out their back. And really what that reminds me of here, so in our imagery here we have a snake, and we know snakes shed their skin when they grow. So this is really a time of growth, like death, or moving into another phase of life. Transformation or transformative part of our life is about growth. We know growing pains are called growing pains for a reason. It's uncomfortable for us. growing and it's expanding and moving forward isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's because you're supposed to be alert. And even though you are alert, right? And you're in this moment of like spontaneous awakening, you're in this space of like activation and integration. It's really about converting. This idea of transformation. It's about transforming the knowledge that you've gathered up to this point and converting it into wisdom. So when you're in this place of the hangman, upside down, you're kind of in a place of pause. That patience and perspective is really going to help you with this energy. It's going to help you with the harmony, with the balance, staying calm, and waiting for your answers, waiting for the next move, waiting for life to show itself, like what the next step is. There might be a lot of I think there's just a lot of confusion for you guys right now. What is to come, what I'm seeing here, I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's like activating kind of on the low. Doing some discovery. Like the foresight, exploration, discovery, and enthusiasm to me are like similar energies. After this time of pause, there's going to be an opportunity to go out and explore and discover. And some of you could also be physically in a situation where you're not able to actually go anywhere. But the message here is that time will come. There's a time and a place for everything. That time will come. Right now you're in a time of recovery and transformation. You're in a time of activation, like when things get started. So you see the imagery here. You have this dark background with this blue figure, blue light kind of, coming forth from the darkness. But the activation doesn't pop into the light. It emerges. So in order to emerge, you're hidden. So that's kind of where we're going right now. It's just kind of like take time for yourself, do some meditation, be in a place of a place where you're able to be contemplative and gain some perspective and process, again, some of the knowledge and some of the information that you've obtained over this time, and allow your skin to shed. And this is a time for of recovery and transformation for you. What I am seeing is that it's like the hope on the horizon sort of thing. So it's like transformation is about moving from one stage to another, and that it's not about stagnation. We're at a pausing point right now because balance and harmony rules. And, where there is a lot of activity, there also needs to be downtime. And I'm getting the message for some of you that you're not always the best at downtime. That's me waggling my finger. But life really is about that balance and harmony and taking time out for those things, like taking time out to pause and be contemplative and take in all of the information. And then there's a time to be active and do and go out and explore and discover and be enthusiastic. What I am also seeing in the page of acorns here is, and acorns represents fire. So it's this idea of like creativity and exploration. And what I see in the page of acorns energy is just this really like energetic, exciting fire energy, like Leo and Sagittarius blended together though. So like being lively and excited and active and very robust, like Leo energy, in a like Sagittarian hermit type of way. But I really think that this opportunity, this time in pause, could really give you a chance to discover some things that you're really great at, or some things that you really like, some things that you're really enthusiastic about, and kind of doing that, you know, in the shadows for now, you know, with the understanding that one day it will come to light. But just this idea of like kind of rediscovering for some of you who've like stepped away from pursuing passions or dreams or desires or creative endeavors, like just returning to that space, and maybe even doing some of that stuff. You know, if you were like making pottery, you know, or drawing or painting or something like that, like kind of returning to that creative space and just like using some of this downtime to do some fun creative activities as well. And then in the Three of Acorns, I do see for some of you like this idea of preparation, like while you're in pause, while you're in this place of like quiet. So from some of you, quiet might make you a little bit anxious, but I think our front end energy here is about like calming your minds by excuse me, by taking a pause, like by, you know, not like freezing and doing nothing, but it's like doing some work inside. Like we've been doing work outside, now it's time to do some work inside. And what I do see in the Three of Acorns is like preparation for when the time will come for you to go out again. So there needs to be some stuff done inside, needs to be some stuff done in the house, if you will, in preparation for when you will be out and about. And I do see for some of you, like again, it's that the answers you need are coming, that this moment of pause is going to be a lot shorter than you think. They usually are. A lot shorter than we think. Yeah, so the moments of pause are always a lot shorter than we think. So use this opportunity as a way to prepare you for when things resume, when things pick up again, when we're no longer upside down like the hangman here or the grasshopper, but we're right side up and we're moving forward and we're getting things done and all that kind of stuff. And then the last message that I had for you guys today was this idea of like cooperation and service to others is what I'm getting. Try to find a time or some way for you to like give back to somebody is the message that I'm getting. I feel like right now there's a lot of focus on oneself. There's a lot of focus on what answers you want and questions that you want answered and things that you want to do and see in the world. And, you know, it's a lot of like individual centered energy, which there's nothing wrong with that. But again, the conversation here is all about harmony and balance. And what we're saying here about harmony and balance is like a lot of your anxiety, a lot of the stresses or the worries that are going on in your life right now, especially when you're in this place of pause, when you're waiting for something to happen, a lot of that anxiety will be relieved by helping other people and doing things for your community, and just being of service and being cooperative with other people. I'm just getting the message here, like you know, some way you're helping people that are less fortunate than you in some way, shape, or form. Whether that is like volunteering, and I know for some of you, leaving the house might be difficult, but we're constantly evolving ways to do things that we used to do. So there might be a way now that is still safe for you that you can give back some way, somehow, some shape, some form. And it could even be like, even like being a better friend. Not sure where that message came. Being a better friend, or being a better daughter, or a better sister, brother, even to the people around you, and just like listening to them, being sensitive to what's going on in their lives. Like almost like look up, look up and look out. I feel like for some of us, we look in so much, like even with the Ten of Feathers energy, like that whole, just mental distress, mental duress, with the Gemini energy of constantly in your head, and thoughts and stuff are flowing around, and you're stressed out about things. A lot of that will calm down when we put that energy elsewhere. So that really like frantic, sort of unsettled, uncontained, like swirling or whipping energy will do well being channeled into, I'm getting the idea of like communication to help other people is what I'm getting. So like mixing the Gemini energy, like communication and thoughts and speaking and talking and things like that, with like helping other people. So however that might translate in your world, whether it's giving people a call and sharing positive energy with them, or good news, or just like listening to people, letting them know that they're being heard, letting them know that you care. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting off of that for this reading today. Those are all the messages that I have received for you today from your Hidden Realms, Hidden World guide today. Stay on the path, grounded and balanced, harmonious, and calm, by allowing this time of pause to be a time of activation, really maybe doing some rediscovering or self-discovery, and finding out what your passions are, creative endeavors, and just kind of like pulling from that again, reconnecting with that. Understanding that this time of transformation is, there's going to be, we transform when we grow again. There's going to be some things that are uncomfortable to us, some things that are new to us. But in the end, all of these really wonderful things are going to bring us to a higher and elevated place when it comes to our stability and like our comfort in the world around us. And then the final message, of course, is giving back, being of service. The message is being of service in a way that involves like communication. So whether that is reaching out to loved ones or friends, or I don't know, there might be some sort of public service where you reach out to strangers, but really just like being encouraging and uplifting to people, and taking yourself out of your own head, out of your own problems, out of all the questions that you still want to get answered, just like taking yourself out of the me mode and lifting your eyes up a little bit and seeing what's going on around you in your community and in your world. So those are the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much, Kindred Spirits, for hanging out with me. If anything that I said really resonated with you, make sure to drop a comment down below and let me know. Click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I upload more content. Again, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.